my fingers crossed. I told the luckiest horseshoe, I've got my fingers crossed. What will tomorrow bring? Black cats can all get lost. I own a four-leaf clover. I've got my fingers crossed. What will tomorrow bring? Stars were made for wishes, like eggs were made for ham. Not that I'm superstitious, 'cause believe you me, I am. Don't want a single thing, just love and maybe a fortune. What will tomorrow bring? I've got my fingers crossed. Yes, I've got my fingers crossed. I've got my fingers crossed. I told the luckiest horseshoe, I've got my fingers crossed. What will tomorrow bring? Black cats can all get lost.
Here comes the math professor.
Mr. Brody, sir?
Yeah.
Anne, hold the bebop. Here comes your boyfriend.
Very nice.
I'll have some toothpaste and some stationery.
Hello, my dear.
Oh, hello, Harold.
I've been looking all over town for you. I even called the music conservatory. I picked up your train tickets for you.
Thanks.
But I wish you weren't going to use them. Anne, are you sure you wouldn't rather stay in Brackenville, marry me, and...
Oh, Harold, we've been through this a million times. It's not going to last forever. A few months' study at the most, and I'll be back.
But...
Now, please, Mother insists I go, and that's all there is to it.
Yes, I know. I'm sorry. Well, anyway, I'll see you at the station.
All right.
Bye.
So Mother insists you go to New York, does she?
Well, I do want to go away once in my life before I settle down in Brackenville, even if I have to study.
Sure. I hope you won't forget how to sing our kind of music.
Oh, I won't.
It just seems that I can hardly bear to let my little girl go now that she's going.
Now, Mother, don't worry. Porter! Compartment H.
Eh?
The lady said compartment H, Porter.
Yes, sir.
Anne, darling. Anne, I'm sorry I'm late. Mrs. Brody promised to have the sandwiches all made up, and then at the last minute...
Thanks, Harold. That's very nice of you.
Oh, I almost forgot. I thought you might like a jar of Mrs. Loudon's homemade preserves. Something to remind you of Brackenville.
Hey.
Henry, tell Anne to take care of herself and be a good girl.
Well, there's one thing,
My,
dear.
it takes me back to just such a day when I was the girl and leaving for New York.
Well, goodbye, Mother. I'll wire you as soon as I get there, Dad, so don't worry.
Harold, aren't you going to tell him goodbye?
Sure. Goodbye, dear.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Anne.
Goodbye.
All aboard!
Goodbye, Silly. Oh, wave goodbye, Silly.
You've been married a long time, haven't you? Shouldn't let it show.
I'm not married at all.
Oh, that explains it then. My apologies. He's your brother.
He isn't my brother. He's my fiancé. Well, what was the matter with the second one?
You really want to know?
Why, I guess so.
Good. I like a girl who wants to improve herself. You love the guy?
Yes.
Then you're sad about parting from him, even for a little while.
Yes, naturally.
Well, all right then. If you don't want him to forget you, why don't you give him something to remember you by? Look, it's like this. When he lets you go, even for a day, he's giving up something very important to him. You couldn't be anything but important to a man. There he is on the platform, looking into the eyes of the woman he loves for the last time for a long time. He's thinking, these are the dearest...
Harold is thinking this.
Of course, Harold. He's thinking, these are the most beautiful eyes in the world, and the cutest nose. And I must never forget he's thinking. The way the hair curls in those little circles around her ears.
Wow.
Pain in the neck, Mr. Dillingham?
In the what?
Or telegraph for you.
Thank you. When are we due in Chicago?
Oh, about 40 minutes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Eddie, do we have to do this? It's the whole thing. Her mother's wire said we'd find her in compartment H.
Ah, there you are. Hello, darling. So you arrived all safe and sound. There you are, and you're even prettier than your mother said.
Take your hands off me, you big
Oh, boy. Isn't she sweet? And look at all the nice things the professor brought for you.
Gertrude!
Well, what's the meaning of this? I've a good mind to report you to the police.
There must be some mistake. Isn't she Ann Rogers?
A likely story.
I am Ann Rogers. You? Where did you come from?
Him? Oh, he's Professor Blanchetti. I'm Eddie Martin, his manager. I talked to your mother.
Professor Blanchetti? This? Mother said the professor was an elderly man. Is this your idea of a joke?
Oh, no.
Oh, no, it's no joke, honest. He's Professor Blanchetti. Junior.
Yeah, Junior. Anyway, you... Well, I mean, I expected a little girl, and I had no idea that you...
Hey, do you two know each other?
The professor started a course of instructions on the train. Though he didn't tell me he taught music, too.
Yeah, but when? How?
Why, you do... This is the train you took me off of to catch a plane to meet this train.
Well, we certainly live in a scientific age.
But you still haven't explained about your father.
Oh, yes, that was sad. Very sad. Fine old gentleman.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know.
But you'll find his son is every bit as fine a teacher as the old professor was, maybe better.
I wasn't thinking so much of the music as I was, well, a place to stay.
Well, this won't change that. You can still stay at my house.
With you?
Oh, it's a fine place to study.
But I don't think Harold, you remember Harold,
Oh, yes.
would want me to stay at a bachelor's home.
Bachelor? Oh, that's funny. A bachelor.
You have a wife?
Hello, boys. I'm sorry I'm late.
Where's the kid?
The kid? Yes. This is Miss Rogers.
Oh, how do you do?
This must be Mrs. Blanchetti. Huh?
Mrs. Blanchetti.
Yes, Mrs. Blanchetti, Junior.
Oh, it's very nice to know you, and it's sweet of you to let me stay at your house.
At our house? Oh, yes, our house. Of course, our house. Well, we wouldn't think of having you stay anywhere else. Would we, darling?
Of course not, dear.